Okay, I think we are already on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. I'm Fernanda and I will guide this conversation today. I'm here with Yasmin and Pedro. Today we are going to talk about advice, giving advice. Before I talk a little bit about the platform, I will send for you the questions that we will discuss today. And I will just explain quickly a little bit about the platform. I know you already participate here in the immersions, but it's important to talk a little bit about it too. Here at Talk and Talk, we are a platform where you can practice foreign languages as English, Spanish, French, Italian, and Chinese. I'm here just as a host to guide the conversation. And I think that's it about me, about the platform actually. And normally we do like a presentation, a personal presentation before start. So I will do my presentation and after I choose one of you to continue and do your presentation. So I'm Fernanda. I live in São Paulo. I work as a okay, but I work as a Spanish teacher. But last year I did my career transition. I used to work as a financial analyst. And I'm here in the platform, I think 2 years. Has been 2 years, and I also guide some conversations for French here in Talk and Talk. I think that's it. And what about you, Yasmin?
Good afternoon, guys. I'm Yasmin. I'm 19 years old. I live at São Paulo, capital, with my parents and my kid too. I've been here in Talk and Talk since September of last year, so almost 1 year been here. And here I'm practicing English and Spanish too. And recently I started as a host too of English. And in the college, I course systems analysis and development. And nowadays, I'm working as in an internship about systems development, and that's it.
Oh, great. And you guide some conversations here, right, Yasmin? For English?
Uh,
At, what
sure.
is the call? What it's the hour you is your meeting?
Is Friday 5 p.m.
Okay, great. Thank you. If I have some time, I will participate. And what about you, Pedro? Could you please introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Pedro. I am 25 years old. I'm from metropolitan region of Belo Horizonte. I work as a graphic designer, and I think yes, that is.
Okay, great, Pedro. Thank you. So guys, I will start with the questions. Here the first one. I read an answer. After I choose one of you to answer to. Do you like giving advice to people close to you? In my case, I prefer to receive advice, and yeah, I think I'm not so good by giving advice. And that's it. What about you, Pedro?
So I am like kind of type of guy like you. I prefer receive advice than give. But in my case, I think it is not advice when I almost of the time like people come to me to to ask like tips, like software tips or design tips, or something specific like the areas I'm good. But I think it's more a tip than a device. I think a device is I think like more related by life and choices.
Oh, understood. And what about you, Yasmin?
I agree with you. I'm not so good giving advices. I prefer just give advices if the person asks it to me because it's like talk about something that I won't be asked to. So I is really, really rarely I give advices. I prefer just receive it.
Oh, understood. Like me, I prefer to receive and if give advice if someone asks for me. I will go for one more here. So Yasmin, could you read the next question in answer? The question number 3.
Sure. Do you usually ask others for advice? Who do you typically ask? Nowadays, not much. I think in the past, when I was in my teenagers and doing choices for the life, I asked more, and I usually ask to family members like my parents. And when I want to like some uh advice more for people for my age range, I usually ask to friends, but normally I just ask for my parents because they have more experience in the life. So I usually ask for my parents, but isn't so common nowadays. Was more common in the past.
Oh, I understand. And what about you, Pedro?
I think I am the opposite of Yasmin because when I was teenager, I think I know all of things, and I ask any advice for my parents. But nowadays, like when I moved to living by myself the first time, I think that the time I asked like more advice in my life because it had like so much things like uh my mom and my dad do in the routine, and when I have to do that, I don't know how to do. So I have to ask you some advices in this time. But usual nowadays, I ask this advice like the inspire the people that I have, like some close friends that I saw in them, like motivation, like people can I follow him, and it's good to be good for my life, like receive advice for these people.
And when I was younger, I think for me, it was difficult, like asking for advice because I prefer to do the things the way I thought it was right. So for me, it was difficult in the past receive advice, but now I think I do more. Uh, I deal better with it. Like I ask for advice for my husband, also for my mom, and I think is um, but the advices from my parents, I think they are good because they have more experience. They can uh, give me some good advices. So I think it's good asking for people that have more experience, right? So I'll go for one more question here. Do you think people should only give opinions when asked and why? Um, I think maybe to avoid some problems, yes, because there are people that doesn't know how to. give an opinion like without being rude. I don't know. So I think it's better just give your opinion when asked because of it, like to not hurt someone with your opinion, or if some subject dedicated, I think it's better just when it's asked. And what about you, Pedro? What do you think?
Yes, I think nowadays, depending on the situation, it's better avoid like say something or express your opinion than because if the other people don't want it to hurt to hear this advice, it can be bad for you. But I think a good advisor is have a perception like to know how and when he have to advise some people like not when the people asked for, but it has sometimes like I will give these advices, and yes, the people I know these people what need that, but I think it's a good advisor is a very difficult type of person because he has to know like when he has to do that, the way he has to do because sometimes we receive like some advices for example from our parents in the teenager and is more positive than advice. And if you don't think like it is good for me, and you just come to one ear and the out in the other ear.
So for you is okay, like don't get hurt with others' opinion.
Yes, depending. Like I remember when in the 2018, like the elections and the things were real strong. And I remember I heard like almost opinions, but sometimes I don't want to hear some opinions. But when I decide like yes, let's hear like even I don't agree with this opinion, let's hear this advice, let's hear that, and sometimes had a good thing to extract of that, but sometimes not too. But for me, it's okay.
Oh, great. It's a good thing because for me sometimes it's difficult like listening to opinions that I don't agree. But I think in the past it was worse. Now I think it's for me it's okay. I try to just uh, listen and don't care, as you mentioned. And what about you, Yasmin, about this question?
Um, for me, I try to avoid giving my opinion and advices without being asked to, because can sound like a rude thing. With people that are more next to me, like my mother, I give advices in a free way. So I'm really honest if I think of something because I know I know her won't feel bad if I talk about everything. So I just if I feel that I need to talk about something, I talk to her. But with other people, I try to really avoid it. But sometimes it's necessary. I can think about one situation, about one video that I saw, and this video was about one girl. I have a friend, and her friend was in a abusive relationship, and she talked to her friend like, it's better you get far from him. He is doing you feeling bad. So she talked this to her friend, and even she talked this, the friend could cut the relationship with her and continue the relationship with the guy that was making her feeling bad. And I think in these situations that you notice that some person is abusive with other, is better talk. Even you lose your friendship is better talk, because sometimes you are giving an opinion out from the relationship, but you can really open the eyes from the person. So if the person no in front of the situation think is better get from far from you, is okay, is like her action about it, and is okay, but you did uh your responsibility as a friend. So I think in that kind of situation that you are talking in a way that you are talking to really help, because people, this person really need this help, is okay, but just talk, giving a lot of advices for strangers about everything is a little rude. So for me, I try to avoid it.
Oh, understood. Like, I think when someone closer, I think it's okay, like listen, right, to some advices. Yeah, I agree with you. So guys, I think I'll go for one more here. Pedro, I will continue with you. Could you please read the next question and answer?
Yes. What advice would you give to someone who wants to learn a new language? For my opinion, I took a lot of courses when I was younger, and the difficult that I had is a conversation, because the all the course I took is like the structure of the course, like grammar, a little bit of listen, but conversation is not a central topic. And I think when you want to learn a new language, the most important thing is conversation. Like this platform Talk Talk was so helpful for me, because like the interviews I always say, because I have the certification, so my English is advanced and etc. But when I had to put my English in practice is other thing, because I don't have this experience. So when someone wants to learn a new language, I think the best advice is the conversation, and make the contact with the language like every day. Like the English, we have a lot of the series like he can watch first, like English with the subtitles in Portuguese, and when you got better, you put the subtitles in English, and finally just with English, listen music, and I think Duolingo is a very practical platform too. Even you will not be fluent with just with the Duolingo, but it's a good platform too.
You have a lot of days using Duolingo, Pedro? Or
Yes, I started before pandemia, and I don't stop. I think it's
oh,
1,050,000, 5,000. I think it's that.
okay. Oh, it's a good offensive. I don't know if it's this name in
Yes.
English. Oh, great. Okay. I use Duolingo too. I have a good offensive too. So I think um I have fear like losing the days I achieved in the app. So I understand you. I use every day to keep the offensive. Okay, and about the advices you gave, I agree. I think like it's important to have the contact with the language, also practice the speaking. I think is really important. And what about you, Yasmin?
I agree with both of you. I think the best advice is always try to um, be in contact with the language, because it's like the same way that we learn our native language. So when we are babies, we didn't learn sitting and reading a grammar book. We learn being in contact with it. So I think it's the best way. Even even if you didn't have so much ability, listen it and talking it is better try because it is a process. You start from begin and is a process, and you can reach the goal that you have with the language. So I think the best uh, is maintaining this contact with the language, with conversations, like Pedro said, with series two, you can change some actions too. So I remember when I was trying to maintain more contact with English, I made even searches with English. So if I need to make a search about something, I try to do it on English and read the receive of content with English too. So I change these little actions and I can be in contact with the language. And for me, was the best way. I have tried other ways like doing course, trying to study grammar with grammar books, but the only way that I can really learn is being in contact. So for me, is my advice.
Mm. Oh, yeah. So you apply this for English, or are you studying other languages too?
Nowadays I'm studying Spanish too. So the way that I study is I consume the videos that is in the Talk and Talks platform. So because I started from begin, so I didn't know about nothing, and it is like earn vocabulary to apply it on conversation. So for me, it's really necessary because if I didn't have a basis of it, I can't apply because I don't know the words to apply. So nowadays I'm focused on Spanish too. So I watch the videos platform and apply on conversations here in Talk and Talk.
Oh, great. It's a good way to learn. I'm using the videos here to study Spanish, no, Italian, and I think it's really good. Um, and I will start participating the immersions too to practice this part more of speaking. It's really important. So guys, I think I go for one more question here. What advice would you give to someone who wants to play a musical instrument? I would say try to play. Also try to see some classes of the basic concepts of playing this instrument. Uh, and maybe consider having a teacher because I think maybe it can be difficult learning by yourself, but it's not impossible. If you have the theory and also the practical part of trying to play, I think it's possible. So this would be my advice. And what about you, Yasmin?
In the past, I tried to learn guitar, but I I didn't go too far with that, so I tried just for a few weeks. And I think the best advice is practice every day and don't get frustrated by it because people start to learn to play instruments and start to feel frustrated by didn't get to play um, hard musics at the beginning. So um, take your time, practice every day, and practice with songs that you like it. Because if you just practice with songs just to learn, and you didn't like too much about these musics, will be like a bad thing because if you are trying to play, it's best to try with songs that you like it too. So I think this is my advices, but I cannot talk so much about it because I give up when I try in the past. So I think this is good advices, by the way.
Which instrument, Yasmin, you tried?
I tried guitar, so but I stopped it because I didn't have so much time to practice, and I like it to maintain my nails in a long way. So if I play guitar, I cannot have my nails in a big way. So I stopped it because of that reasons.
Mm, I understand. In the past, as I was a child, I did some classes of keyboard and I gave up too because I don't have, I don't know. I didn't continue the classes and I had other things because of the time. I understand you, Yasmin. So, but you, in the future, you want to come back or no?
I think if I come back to learn playing instruments, maybe I try other instruments like piano. Maybe is an instrument that I feel is really beautiful. So I think I will try these instruments or electric guitar. I think because I like rock or battery too. But normal guitar, I don't know. It's necessary a lot of time, and I didn't like so much.
Okay, understood. And what about you, Pedro? What do you think about this question?
My history, like learning instruments, start when I was a kid. I took some classes on the conservatory of my city, but the way the teachers know, like you have to memorize all the types of the guitar, and after that, like 1 year, just learn the theory, the boring parts. You will touch the guitar and they learn the first things. But when the time arrived to get the guitar and start to learn, this teacher, I don't know how to say aposentar em inglês, vou até pesquisar aqui. Retire. They retire, and all the process, I lost that. So I got the new teacher in the conservatory to learn, and like Yasmin said, he showed it to us like some music is, and I learning a little things. But this process, like I learned guitar some songs that I like, but I don't know the theory. Like I just like to play some music, but don't have written and the like more flow in the instrument. And the like the last year I started to took some classes of guitar like with a teacher, like a personal teacher, and that's helped so much because I dedicate more to this instrument. Like now, I think I I played I play better. But I think the best advice I can give is practice and it have a teacher. I know has a lot of good courses in the internet, and it has a theory like scale, like you just know the basis, and after that you know to play some music, and you can advise in the instrument. And be patient because in the beginning you think it's boring because you don't real play some music, and sometimes you don't get like I don't know how to say pestana, but I know the it's a thing like the people that learning guitar, it's like you don't like to do, and the how don't know how to do.
Oh, great, but that you have a teacher that you like the classes and are playing better. think it's really good. So guys, I think I will go for one more question here. Pedro, I will continue with you. Could you please read the next and answer?
What is your advice for maintain a positive mindset during difficult times? So I think it isn't easy because it depend of the situation. Have a good mindset. It's a very difficult, but I think the best way you can pass the situation and have a good advices is like to look forward and think it's just about here and I have to jump to it. Uh, and I think a good advice with you don't have it support for yourself is looking for some help like parents, friends, because have sometimes you can not support it by yourself. So in this time, looking for help is very good too.
Yeah, and you feel difficulty by looking for help, Pedro, or for you, it's okay.
Sometimes it's difficult because we have like ego in ourselves. Like even we pass difficult situations, we have like some ego. But for me, my relation with my parents got better. So it's more easier. Like I have some friends that I can trust in him, so it's easier for me like to looking help like with this kind of person like my parents and some close friends.
Great. That's good that you that for you is not so difficult, like asking for help. And what about you, Yasmin?
One thing that I always try to think when I am in a bad moment is that life is made for cycles. So in the life we have the bad moments and the good too, and everything passes. Even the good moments will pass. So I try to maintain this mindset. If I am in a bad moment, that moment will pass. The time that a good moment will get soon. And I always try to think in that way because if I if every time I focus in the bad side of the things, in the bad moment that I am passing, I can't get out of the those and I can't focus in good things that I pass it day by day. So I try to maintain this mindset even for good moments. Like I try to think in that way. For example, if I pass it to a good moment, I try to focus in other things to not put 100% of my feelings, emotions, and my time just thinking good things. So I of course I congratulate myself of good things, but I focus in other moments of the life too. So I think this is my kind of maintain a mindset to get out of difficult situations.
Oh, great. I think it's a good strategy, Yasmin. I like it your answer. And for me, I try to think like the things that I want to happen during these difficult times, because sometimes we need like some difficulties to have the achievements we want. So I think I try to think like this. Oh, I pass for this moment, but life is not easy all the time. If the life was easy, we wouldn't enjoy so much the good moments. So I think because of it, we have some difficulties sometimes. So guys, I think I go for one more here. I will read the next and answer. What do you accept advice from people you are not close to, and why? No, I think normally not so much, because normally some people give advice and not so much for your thinking about what is better for you. So depending on the advice, if I agree, I accept. If I do not agree, I just listen, and okay, I don't take it for my life. Normally, I accept the advice from people close to me. Um, and that's it. And what about you, Yasmin?
I think the same of you. I usually just accept if the person is close to me, because close people can know what can be better for you, because close people know about your feelings, about your life, your reason to do the things. So I think for me it's best to just accept advices by people that are close to me. But sometimes if I listen an advice about something that is good to accept, like for example, when I was in the school and one teacher talked about one thing that is good, and I look at it and I listen it and think, okay, this is good, I will accept it and apply it too. But if someone that I didn't know so well, and this person didn't know me so well too, just say something just to give their opinion, for me it's difficult to accept it. I think I always think before it.
Great. Yeah, we need to analyze, right? If it makes sense or no. And what about you, Pedro?
I think we have to listen even is not good if it's uh like some advice like you don't agree, just hear and say okay. But I have a situation in my life. I used to skateboard when I was a teenager, and it has like in the night, and I go with my friends like in the central square of the city and start to skateboard, and a drunk man passed to me and start to talk, like to tell about her history and etc. And he said like advice for me, and I think it was a very good, because the moment of my life was helpful. He said in the past he used to be a fighter of box, I think, and he started to take like a lot of sequence of winning, and after that he thinks he's invincible, and after that he got a fight with a beginner person, a beginner fighter, and this fight he doesn't win, and he stay a lot of frustration, and after that he gets lost all the fights, and the life of him he declinates a lot of the money he got in the past, like he spent it off them, and they stopped in the street, and the advice like you're not invincible, you have to try, you have to know about your adversário, não lembro como que fala. But yes, was a very good advice for me. But nowadays, I think it's a isolation, because nowadays we saw a lot of people like a kind type of coach. Like it's easy to earn money. It's easy to be a multimillionaire. Just say, to like a some utopia. In this case, I think you have to be like desconfiado in this case, and real think it is advice, or is it like some way he can pass out of us?
Oh, understood. But yeah, need to analyze. But normally the person try to help, right? With the advice. Guys, I will go for one more here. One more question. I think it's the eighth now. No, it's the nine, right? Okay. Are you usually the one who gives advice or receives it, and why? Uh, Normally, I'm the one who receives. Um, Maybe because I still have my parents, so they give me some advices sometimes. Also because in some situations, I don't feel so much secure of uh, deciding, so I ask for some advices. And I think that's it. Normally, people don't ask me so much for advice. I think for my students sometimes, but friends and family in general, not so much. And what about you, Pedro?
So in my case, I think the I receive more advice like my close friends, like I said yeah, earlier, and of my parents. And if I have to do some advice, I think it's for my close friends. And when they want, I don't have the perception like to say something like when I not asked for that. So, but I think advices are really important because sometimes we think like we are lost in our life, and some advices can real impact their lives.
Oh, understood. And what about you, Yasmin?
Well, for me, I usually I am the person that receive devices because I don't know, it's hard to me just uh, get out and give you advices for everybody. I usually try to avoid it because can sound rude, like the person didn't ask for it, you and you just talk about something that you think that is good. So for me, I try to avoid it. And if I give and I advise it, I try to give for next people for me.
Great. Yeah, I think it's easier, right, to know what to say for closer people. And I think I go for the question number 10. Um, do you think older people give better advice? Yes, I think because of the experience. And yeah, normally because of the experience, people older live it more, have more um, I don't know, better advices, maybe. And what about you, Pedro? What do you think?
I agree with you. I think the older people like give better advice, like because the experience. In my case, I don't have like a lot of talk with my grandparents, with my grandfather from my mother families, but we talk sporadic. And I had some time like family event. He come to me like I graduation early this situation, and he talked to me about the studies and the things, and he said to me like you graduation, but don't stop to study because the things like progress with so much fast. So just don't stop to study and to improve yourself. And it's very good because my grandfather from my mother's family don't have this opportunity because he worked with the oh my gosh, I forgot the name of fazenda with farm. So all your life, and he don't have this opportunity, but give this advice. It's very helpful for me because even he can this opportunity, he know the important of it.
Oh, understood. And yeah, for me it's the same. I don't ask so much advices for my grandparents. And what about you, Yasmin?
I think depends of the devices because Pedro said this example, and I remember a situation with my grandmother. She's from a countryside of Minas Gerais, so she haven't opportunities to study, and she told me that not direct for me, but she told to my mom that studies isn't a good thing and I am just losing my time. So I choose to not follow this advice. I understood that thinking about the experience of life that she had, maybe studies wasn't a good tool for her to have, and but for me, it's something that will help me because I'm not rich, and if I want money, I have to study to improve my skills to always be working with something. So for me, this advice isn't applied. But if a advice is good, I think old people can give good advices too because they have a lot of time of experience to say something good for you. So I think sometimes can we can have good advices of them, but sometimes you have to thinking about it. Didn't just watch and follow it. We have to thinking about it before everything. I think that's it for me.
Okay, Yasmin, great. Guys, I think I will not do more questions because we have just some minutes to finish. I would like to know from you how it was today's conversation. For me, it was good. I like to know more about your opinion about this subject. And for you, Pedro, how it was the conversation?
I like it too much because I think is the first time like I got like I think just last one question, but I think whereas it's the first time like I got like almost the questions because like you have some immersions like we talk a little bit of with the questions, but we know for any topic. But I liked it to this topic about the device because we have like a different opinions, and it's a very good because it has some expressions we don't remember the first time, but I liked it too.
Okay, great, Pedro. Good to know you like it. And and for you, Yasmin.
For me, this subject was really, really good. I've been here in Talk Talk for uh, almost 1 year, so I talked about a lot of things. I already talked about a lot of things, so but I never have this subject before, so was a new subject for me and was really, really good to think about myself too and about experience, and this was really, really good for me.
Okay, great, Yasmin. Thank you for coming. Guys, I will send for you two links here in the chat. One is related to our survey, that is an evaluation we have here. You can send suggestions for other conversations and also say how it was the conversation today. And I put also my LinkedIn if you want to add me in this social media for networking and get connected. Yeah, I think that's it for today. I would like to thank you, Yasmin and Pedro, for being here. It was a pleasure practicing English with you, and hope to see you again in other conversations. If you want to come back next week, um, no problem. I will be glad to talk with you again. So that's it. I hope you have a great week and a good studies too for English studies, right? Thank you, Yasmin and Pedro, and good week for you guys.
Bye, guys. Have a nice
Bye.
week.